Good day, and welcome to GR Infraprojects Ltd Q1 FY2024 earnings conference call hosted by HDFC Securities Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company, which are based on the beliefs, opinions, and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance of the company, and it may involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Parikshit Kandpal from HDFC Securities. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Neerav. First of all, we would like to thank GR Infraprojects for giving this opportunity to host the call. Today, with us on this call, we have Mr. Ajendra Kumar Agarwal, the Managing Director of the company, and Mr. Anand Rathi, the Group CFO. So we'll have a quick industry overview from Mr. Ajendra Kumar Agarwal, followed by the results analysis from Mr. Anand Rathi. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
थैंक यू परीक्षित जी। मैं अजेंद्र कुमार अग्रवाल आज आप सभी का Q1 FY24 की अर्निंग कॉल में स्वागत करता हूं। आज मेरे साथ में कंपनी के ग्रुप CFO श्री आनंद राठी हैं। मैं कंपनी के ऑपरेशनल परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में बताना चाहूंगा कि करंट फाइनेंशियल ईयर में कंपनी ने हैम के 3 कंसेशन एग्रीमेंट और 1 MMLP के कंसेशन एग्रीमेंट तथा इस कोस्ट रेलवे के साथ एक EPC प्रोजेक्ट का एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है। ये सभी प्रोजेक्ट को पिछले फाइनेंशियल ईयर में अवार्ड हुए थे और इस साल इनका एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है। आज कंपनी के पास टोटल 34 BOT प्रोजेक्ट्स है, जिसमें 10 ऑपरेशनल है, 13 अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन है और 11 प्रोजेक्ट्स की अभी अपॉइंटेड डेट आना अभी बाकी है। कंपनी ने करंट फाइनेंशियल ईयर पे करीब 12,000 करोड़ रुपीस की बिड सबमिट की है, जिसमें से 10,700 करोड़ रुपए की रोड प्रोजेक्ट और 1,300 करोड़ रुपीस के दूसरे प्रोजेक्ट शामिल है। इन बिड्स में 7,600 करोड़ रुपीस के प्रोजेक्ट्स का रिजल्ट आना अभी बाकी है। करंट फाइनेंशियल ईयर में कंपनी को 1,822 करोड़ रुपीस के 2 हेम प्रोजेक्ट्स अवार्ड हुए हैं। दोनों प्रोजेक्ट उत्तर प्रदेश में हैं। 30 जून 23 को कंपनी की ऑर्डर बुक वैल्यू करीब 26,847 करोड़ रुपीस है, जिसमें 7,250 करोड़ रुपीस के 3 L1 प्रोजेक्ट शामिल है। इनके अभी लेटर ऑफ अवार्ड आना बाकी है। ऑर्डर बुक में करीब 60% शेयर रोड्स एंड हाईवे का है और बाकी 35% दूसरे सेक्टर से है। क्वार्टर के फाइनेंशियल हाइलाइट्स के बारे में बताना चाहूंगा कि FY24 के फर्स्ट क्वार्टर में कंपनी का स्टैंड अलोन बेसिस पर ऑपरेशनल रेवेन्यू पिछले क्वार्टर के मुकाबले 8% इंक्रीज के साथ करीब 2,152 करोड़ रुपए रहा। Q1 FY24 में कंपनी का EBITDA करीब 9% की दर से बढ़कर 314 करोड़ रुपए रहा, जो Q4 FY23 में 290 करोड़ रुपीस था। Q1 FY24 में कंपनी का प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स करीब 8% की दर से बढ़कर 208 करोड़ रुपए रहा, जो Q1 FY23 में 192 करोड़ रुपीस था। मुझे आपको ये बताते हुए भी खुशी हो रही है कि हमारी डाइवर्सिफिकेशन स्ट्रेटेजी और कंसिस्टेंट ऑपरेशनल परफॉर्मेंस और प्रूडेंट कैपिटल मैनेजमेंट के कारण ये रेटिंग ने कंपनी की रेटिंग AA स्टेबल से बढ़ाकर AA+ स्टेबल किया है। इनविट के बारे में मैं आपको अपडेट देना चाहूंगा कि इनविट को सेबी का फाइनल ऑब्जर्वेशन लेटर मिल चुका है और एक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए हमें अभी NHI की चेंज ऑफ ओनरशिप अप्रूवल अभी मिलना बाकी है। हमें उम्मीद है कि सितंबर मंथ में ये हम इनविट को लॉन्च कर पाएंगे। फ्यूचर आउटलुक में आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि देश की अग्रणी अर्थव्यवस्था बनने के लिए सरकार का प्रयास क्लियरली विजिबल है और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट में इसकी एक महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा है। इसी का परिणाम है कि रेलवे और रोड दोनों विभागों में अपने कैपेक्स प्लान का 60% हिस्सा सितंबर के पहले ही खर्च होना दिख रहा है। हम भी सरकार के प्रयासों को लेकर काफी उत्साहित हैं। हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि हम आने वाले हम हमारे इस साल के ऑर्डर बुक इनफ्लो में करीब 20,000 करोड़ रुपए का जो टारगेट है उसको हासिल कर पाएंगे। हैम के अलावा इस साल हम ईपीसी प्रोजेक्ट पे भी फोकस करेंगे, जहां की हमें लगता है कि आने वाले समय में कंपटीशन कम हो सकता है, क्योंकि प्रोजेक्ट साइज बढ़ रहा है। कंपनी के पास 90,000 करोड़ रुपीस की बिडिंग पाइपलाइन है, जिसमें रोड सेक्टर के करीब 75,000 करोड़ रुपीस है और बाकी दूसरे सेक्टर से हैं। हमारा मानना है कि डाइवर्सिफिकेशन से न केवल विकास के अवसरों को बढ़ाता है, बल्कि क्लाइंट और या सेक्टर के निर्भरता को भी कम करता है। इस दिशा में हमारे प्रयास का ही परिणाम है। कंपनी FY23 में रोपवे और लॉजिस्टिक पार्क प्रोजेक्ट में सक्सेसफुल बिडर भी रही है। लास्ट में मैं श्री आनंद जी को कहूंगा कि फाइनेंशियल हाइलाइट्स के बारे में आपको बताएं। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share the financial highlights of the company for the quarter ending June 2023.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. May I request you to speak a little louder?
Yeah, just let me come closer. Now am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So our standalone revenue from operation for the quarter ended June 23 was approximately 2,152 crore and has witnessed an increase of 157 crore from the last quarter, is approximately 8% growth on quarter-on-quarter basis. This increase primarily because of higher execution on account of declaration of the appointed date for most of the projects won last fiscal. Our consolidated revenue from operations for the current quarter was around rupees 2,478 crores. Our standalone EBITDA margin has increased to 14.62% in the quarter ended June 23 from 14.53% in quarter ended March 23. In value terms, it was around rupees 315 crores. Our EBITDA margin at console level was around 24.51% the quarter ended June 2023. Our PAT margin at standalone level increased by almost 8% to 208 crore in the quarter ended June 23 as compared to 192 crores in quarter ended March 2023. PAT margin at console level was around 310 crores in quarter ended June 2023. Our standalone net worth was around 5,423 crores at the end of June 2023. On console basis, it was around 6,575 crore at the end of June 2023. Our standalone borrowing at the end of June 2023 was 884 crores, which includes short-term borrowing of around 43 crores. And debt to equity ratio was around 0.16 times. On console basis, our total borrowing outstanding at the end of June 2023 is around 5,956 crores with debt to equity ratio of 0.92 times. During the quarter, company has made addition to the fixed asset amounting to rupees 20 crore approximately. A net block of property, plant and equipments, including current WIP, capital WIP is 1,452 crores at the end of current quarter. Investment in subsidiary companies in form of loans and equity is rupees 2,156 crores at the end of June 2023, which was around 1,950 crores at the end of March 2023. Balance promoter contribution required to be made for our operational under construction and operational home projects is rupees 2,378 crores, of which we are expecting contribution in the range of 650 crores in the current fiscal itself. Our working capital in days at the end of current quarter is around 92 days as compared to 104 days at the end of fiscal 2023. Our trade receivable at the standalone basis is around 1,514 crores at the end of June 2023 as compared to 1,880 crores at the end of fiscal 2023. Our trade receivable on console basis are around 411 crore at the end of June 2023 as compared to 462 crores at the end of fiscal 2023. Our unbilled revenue at the standalone basis was around 735 crore at the end of June 2023 as compared to 484 crore at the end of fiscal 2023. On console basis, this number was around 192 crore at the end of June 2023 as compared to 134 crore at the end of fiscal 2023. Our inventories was around 835 crore at the end of June 2023 as compared to 884 crore at the end of fiscal 2023. Cash and cash equivalent balance at the end of June 2020 is around, on a standalone basis, around 436 crores as compared to 242 crores at the end of fiscal 2023. On consolidated basis, it was around 911 crore at the end of June 2023. Mobilization advance outstanding at the end of June 2023 is around 260 crores as compared to 272 crores, which was outstanding at the end of fiscal 2023. Our order book at the end of quarter around 26,748 crores, including 7,250 crore of L1 projects. On behalf of Infraprojects Ltd, I would like to thank all our stakeholders for their continued support in our growth journey. Would like to thank everybody for attending this earnings call. Thank you very much. Yeah, we can open the session for question and answer.
Thank you very much. We'll now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. The first question is from the line of Shravan Shah from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Sir, before asking the question, just a suggestion. We have highlighted in the opening remarks QOQ performance. Rather, we should be talking about YOY because that makes sense, and YOY there is a decline. So it seems that we want to give a slightly rosy picture. So that's a simple suggestion. Now the question is, in this quarter we have done a 13% decline in the revenue. So last time we have talked about a 10% revenue growth for standalone level. So for 9 months, then we need a 20% kind of a revenue growth. So just trying to get a idea from your side, how much revenue growth are we looking at for this year?
So thanks for your suggestion. See, it's whatever turnover or whatever top line which we have been, securing the quarter. So in the quarter, it's basically depends on what kind of order book which is pending with us before the at the time of opening of the quarter, right? And hence when we have given the numbers for quarter on quarter basis, it shows that we are progressing in terms of quarter on quarter basis, because in last quarter most of the projects though we have got in FY22 where the appointed date was declared in the last quarter of previous fiscal, or maybe third quarter of the previous fiscal, which may not be giving the true picture, because how we would be growing from because most of the projects we have got the appointed date in last quarter, and hence we tried to show that probably we are growing in terms of, because most of the projects is already under execution and their visible growth is visible. That's why we have shown that quarter on quarter number. Yes, and of course when we are saying that probably we would be growing in the range of 5 to 10% in last call also, we have made this kind of statement. This is that the order which we had or which we won last year, or the order which we won FY22 in FY22, right? So we continue with our stand that probably will in the current year also will be growing in the same range, 5 to 10%. Maybe, which we have mentioned in our previous call also, we'll be trying on more EPC projects which can help us have the growth of more than 10%, that is in double digit. I hope you probably have given your answer to your question.
Yeah. So last time we were saying that we are looking at a new EPC projects, and from where we are expecting 2,000 to 2,000 crore kind of a revenue in this year FY24, and that's why we were looking at 10% kind of a growth, and now we are saying 5 to 10%. So this 5 to 10% includes how much more revenue from the new projects that we are likely to build in this year?
No. So 5 to 10% is basis our existing order book, which we are mentioning, right? If we are getting more projects, right, and if more projects on EPC terms, probably will be achieving the growth more than 10%. for the current year itself.
Okay, got it. And margin will be the same 14-15% that we are doing.
In EPC, what we have been maintaining, I stand, is that in EPC probably would margin in the range of 12 to 13%. That's how we are targeting. And in HAM, if we are getting more HAM, it would be in the range of 14-15% or 14 to 16% kind of margin, which we can see.
Okay. And in terms of the inflow, Ajendra sir has already said that we are still saying that we will be able to get a 20,000 crore order inflow. And also, sir mentioned that we are looking to bid for 90,000 crore kind of a project. So, sir, are we confident? So, are we looking at a kind of a 20% plus kind of a success rate? So, just wanted confidence that are we able to still get a 20,000 crore order inflow, and this is 20,000 crore. What we are talking is a EPC value that we are talking, and how much would be from the HAM projects that we are looking at?
See, 90,000 crore is the right now pipeline available with us. And throughout the year, I mean, this is the pipeline which is visible on various government sites, right? So that Ajendra sir has referred to that 90,000 crore. So it doesn't mean that probably we will be targeting 20% of the 20% as our share, right? This is first thing. And then when we are saying that it is 20,000, it is EPC because it is in relation to our top line, right? So it is EPC which we are targeting 20,000 crore order book. And so far we have received 1,800 crore of HAM value, but yes, of course, EPC would be around 1,500 crore. So it would be so balance 18,500 crore is the pending order which probably we are targeting for this year as well, right? And we'll be more focusing on EPC, yes, subject to availability of those projects. We are quite hopeful that there are so many EPC projects that are lined up, which is having big size and where we believe that competition will be lesser.
And just to get in terms of 11 projects where the appointed date is pending, so definitely this will also include the 3 L1 projects and 2 projects that we receive now. So 2 aspects. First is when we are likely to receive appointed date for this 11, even if you can bifurcate would be helpful. And also, if we remove the value of EPC from the existing order book where the appointed date has not come, what is the value of the order book?
So these 11 projects are those projects, those 11 projects do not include that L1 project, first of all, right? And out of that 11 projects, I think one project is actually that project which we have received in FY22. So far, we have not received the appointed date. And in terms of value, when we are saying 11 projects or the order book, order book consists of only EPC value. It's not referring to BPC value for those projects.
So when we are
appointed date, what we are expecting that because right now it's a monsoon period, maybe whatever projects we have received last year that means FY23 or even FY22, which one project is still pending, we are expecting that appointed date would be declared in the third quarter of this calendar this financial year.
And for the L1 and the 2 HAM that we have received now, so for that, when we are going to receive the appointed date?
See, L1, we can't say reason being is still we are waiting for award. So we have included in order book, which is 7,250 crore. And that in 7,250 crore, 2 projects are ropeway projects. Still we are waiting for, the letter of award. And one project is that civil construction for that NHPC work, right? So that NHPC work is EPC project, and probably once we receive the LOA, we may be able to start work within next 3 months of that signing of agreement. And for ropeway projects, we can't say. Yes. I think I answered all of the question, or if something missing.
Thank you. Shravan, I'll request you to join the queue again for a follow-up question. Next question is from the line of Nikhil Abhyankar from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir, and thanks for the opportunity. So, there has been a lot of projects have been approved for the transmission segment. So, do you see any sharp cut in our order inflows from transmission segment in the medium term?
So, in transmission, our pipeline as of now is around 5,000 crore. Reason being that there are so many projects, maybe I would say multiple projects are there which are, which are actually in big size. I mean, size is quite big, and which we are not. I mean, we are evaluating those projects, but as of now, we are not sure in terms of bidding for those projects. Because the first project which we have been we won last year, and we are bidding, we are executing that particular project basis the experience on that particular project. We would be continuing our bidding strategy for transmission, and as of now, big size project is not in our radar. Maybe, I mean, depending on in next 2-3 months of evaluation, we'll be targeting. Yes, of course. As of now, it's a 5,000 crore of transmission project. So far, we have targeted. Okay, so basically, whatever our partnership with integrated is only that much we are targeting, nothing else. Yes. Okay. And sir, we have also won a project for NHPC in Arunachal, and a lot of PSP projects are picking up. So how are you looking at this opportunity going forward? What kind of project? You come again? PSP? Pumped hydro project. Pumped hydro, okay. Pumped hydro, see, pumped hydro is different technology or different work. I mean, what we have targeted into this another project is a civil work. It's a civil work of NHPC project, right? It's a hydropower project, yes, but it's a more of civil work which we'll be executing, right? Right. So we are entering into this space. And that pump hydro is a different ball altogether, ball game altogether. So we need to evaluate more before entering into that segment. Understood. And also, sir, what kind of pipe? Like you have mentioned, you have got a pipeline of 90,000. But how has been the awarding activity for NHAI in Q1? And you've also mentioned that most. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have mentioned that the awarding activity, most of it will be done by September 22. Am I right? Yeah. So awarding activity would be, we believe that would be, the pace would be increasing, and in next 2 months there will be huge awarding, which we believe whatever conversation so far we had with the, NHAI official and all that. But yes, in Q1 it was muted. Not much awarding activity was, happened in Q1. Okay. And just a final question, if I may chip in, sir. What is the total executable order book as of now out of the 90,000 crores? 19,000 is executable means what we are saying is that appointed date has to be received. That amount is to rupees around 9,000 crores, 8,900 to be more specific. 1,900. 11,000 crore is executable. 11,000. Okay, sure, sir. Thank you. I'll join back in the queue. All the best.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Chirag Sehgal from First Water Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So my first question is on the InvIT. So if I understand correctly, GR Infra will sell its 100% stake in those SPVs to InvIT, right? And post the listing through GR Infra, we won't have any stake in the InvIT.
No. It's not that. But GR Infra would be, exchange. I mean, if the transaction is like that the shares of GR Infra, stake of GR Infra would be exchanged in terms of when share would be exchanged in form of InvIT. InvIT units. So what GR would, at the end of this transaction, GR would be holding the InvIT units, right? And it is not selling, it is transferring the stake, but yes, of course, I mean, instead of holding shares, they would be holding units of that InvIT.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood. So next question I had on the guidance. So for the current year, you already given your guidance, but I just wanted to understand, because you're looking at a very strong bid pipeline, and even an order inflow of close to 20,000 odd crores. From FY25 onwards, what kind of growth rate are you seeing in top line, and on the margins, at a blended level, can we expect the company to continue with 15%, or you are expecting it to decline by, let's say, 100, 200 bits?
The FY25, because that would be, margin is already sort of, we have secured in terms of when we have got the orders, right? So margin would be kind of reflection, which will be exiting so far, which right now we are having in our order book. So that guidance would be, similar for FY25 also. But yes, of course, growth may be, differ. Reason being that if we will be getting more EPC projects, probably our growth rate would be in the range of 10 to 15%, or maybe in the range of 15 to 20%. That depends on what kind of order which we are getting in the current year.
Okay. All right. Just one more question on the funding limits. Can you just share the funding and non-funding based limits, and what is the current utilization rate?
The funding, non-funding units, the facility is around 5,500 something odd crore. Fund based or non-fund based, this includes both of these two limits, and utilization is 40% or 45%.
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part. Utilization is how much?
For utilization is around 40 to 45%.
Got it. Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Vaibhav Shah from JM Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So we are L1 in 3 projects worth 72.5 billion. So out of that, what would be the EPC value, and what is our share of that L1 projects?
For ropeway, we are 100% right, and EPC would be in the range of 85 to 90% of the BPC, right?
Okay.
And for this NHPC project, which is it is EPC and it includes, yes, of course, it includes GST. So if we reduce that GST portion to that extent, my EPC would be, revised. It is including 18% of GST, and of course, we are working on the, methodology of what kind of revenue would be, or what kind of exercise will be done by us. Most of this activity we want to do on our own, but yes, we are working, or we are in, we are in discussion with our partners for this.
Sir, so in NHPC,
it's quite sure that we'll be having more than 50%. Yes, that's true. But maybe 80% or 75%, that has to yet to be compared.
So the value could be somewhere in the range of 2 to 2,500 crores for the NHPC order?
Yeah. It's more than, it may be more than, but we are trying for that. But yes, that is under deliberation, under discussion.
Okay. And sir, in terms of equity requirement, so you mentioned that 650 crores would be invested incrementally in FY24, right?
Right.
And what would be the number for FY25?
25-26 would be in the range of 800 or 900 crore each.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Aditya Mongia from Kotak Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Firstly, wanted to kind of get a sense that these L1 projects that are still not fructified for us, the fact that they have not fructified so far, does that put them at any kind of risk of cancellation?
Which project is ropeway?
जो 3 projects आपके हैं जो which was in your backlog last year also.
That we are not sure. This is our discussion with respective clients. Probably NHPC order would be we would be receiving LOA maybe by next 2 months. Yes. And for ropeway, our sense was we should have received this LOA by this time, but so far we haven't. That's the fact. Yes. So I don't know, what will be the fate of these orders. Yes, I mean, basis our discussion, we are not, I mean, so far that kind of indication is not within our mind.
And sir, just a clarification, since just recently started working on this company, when you give a backlog number, is this a net of GST EPC number of backlog, or is it gross of taxes?
It's without GST.
Without GST. So, and when you give a number of 200 billion target, that is also X of GST EPC amount. That is your target.
Without GST.
Okay, understood. Also, sir, could you give us a sense that your standalone and console PAT numbers are different? So, console being higher. So, what is the difference, and which are these businesses? How do one think about this difference incrementally?
On console, the projects which actually are, where projects are under operation, right, in HAM mode, their interest income is also accruing, right, on those HAM projects. And that is generally part of our console revenue or console income. That's why that console income is higher. So it's only interest portion which differentiate. Otherwise, all the activity remains the same.
Understood. I have more questions, but I'll get back into the queue. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Jiten Rushi from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for taking my question. So my first question is on the bid pipeline, which we disclosed in the opening remarks of 90,000 crore, which we will participate in, likely to get awarded in next couple of months. So can you articulate that of this 90,000 crore, what is the mix between HAM and EPC, as we are targeting more EPC projects, and also roads and non-roads? You have said 75,000, 50,000, 15,000, but in 15,000, what is the breakup if possible?
So EPC, which right now we are having in our mind, is in the range of 20,000-25,000 crore. Right? And balance is HAM. 40 to 45,000 crore is HAM, right? And for out of that 90, the road, I'm talking especially about the road. And then
75,000
railway is also there, transmission is also there. Transmission is again BOT project, is not EPC, right? And railway is pure EPC, so far we have been targeting. So yes, of course, in HAM, generally it is in the range of 40, 45, 50% is actually HAM.
Basically 50% of 90,000 is HAM. And sir, this will get awarded by September. That is what we are highlighting, right, sir?
Maybe by October.
So there could be more bids which can come up and can get awarded in Q4 also.
Yeah. So over and above, I mean, yes, of course. Most of the bidding activity probably we believe it's going to happen in next 2 months. In September.
So because of the election, we don't expect more awarding in Q4.
Yes.
And sir, in terms of the order backlog, if I may ask you, so is there inclusion of some change of scope or some other, because we were having 19,500 for order backlog in Q4 and similar 19,600 in Q1, and we have received 2 new projects. If we added around 15,050 odd crore. So what is the incremental difference in the order backlog?
So my revenue consists of some sales, I mean the raw material which I am selling, right? And then escalation piece also, and certain change of scope as well, right? So it's very difficult to correlate exactly my revenue with the order book, because it's not that whatever revenue is coming is only from my order backlog only, right? So that's why it's difficult to reconcile. Yes, of course, escalation also we are receiving, right? So that is not part of my order book.
In terms of the, as you said, that competitive intensity likely to come down in EPC, but we have seen this, we have seen consistent intensity has never come down in EPC. So as you said, the project size are going up. So can you throw some light, like what kind of size we are looking to bid for in this mix of EPC and HAM, like a minimum ticket size which we would like to participate and where we see low competition?
इसमें 1,000 crore plus जो है प्रोजेक्ट EPC में जनरली उनको ही हम टारगेट कर रहे हैं। 1000 के नीचे जो है ईपीसी में कंपटीशन जिस तरह से चल रहा है उसी तरह से चलेगा, लेकिन जैसे जैसे साइज बढ़ेगी उसमें हमको ऐसा दिख रहा है कि कंपटीशन कम होगा। और सेम उसी तरह से हेम में भी है, हेम में भी, पर हेम में साइज उतना प्रोजेक्ट के इम्पैक्ट नहीं करता है। हेम में ऑलरेडी जो कैपिटल की रिक्वायरमेंट है जिस तरह से उसमें हमको लगता है आने वाले टाइम में कुछ कंपनीज की परफॉर्मेंस उतनी नहीं रही है, तो आने वाले टाइम में इसका भी मतलब हेम में भी कंपटीशन कम होगा और हमको अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी।
Sir, last thing, if I can, we have seen a lot of competition in the last couple of years, but there are projects where financial closure is still pending. So, do you think these projects can come up for rebid in coming months, or still NHI is looking for waiting for the financial closure to happen? So, can you articulate any size on this front?
गवर्नमेंट उतना जल्दी एक्शन लेती नहीं है। जनरली रीबिड में आते तो हैं पर मतलब उतनी जल्दी एक्शन नहीं होता है, इस कारण वो प्रोजेक्ट डिले होते हैं। और आने वाले टाइम में अगर देखो फाइनेंशियल क्लोजर नहीं होगा तो अल्टीमेटली गवर्नमेंट को प्रोजेक्ट तो एग्जीक्यूट करवाना ही है, तो वो रीबिड में आएंगे ही।
अभी आए भी हैं, some projects has been came in rebid as well, which was earlier awarded to some of the parties and could not be executed by them, maybe for different reasons. But now those projects has been again floated by the NHI particularly. Earlier it was under HEM mode, now they have launched in EPC mode, so some activities is going around there also.
Okay, sir. That's all on my side. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Abhishek Maheshwari from Skyridge. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for taking my question. Just one question. So, in previous financial year, we received majority of our orders, new order inflows in Q4, right? And since we are expecting that the appointed date for a lot of these projects will come in Q3. So, is it fair to assume that majority of your growth this year will come from Q4 only? And relative to Q4, the remaining quarters will be, showing degrowth compared to previous year?
No, what has happened that the project which was where we declared L1 in FY22, where we were expecting that in Q3 those appointed date would be declared, but that also declared with some delay, right? And hence some growth we are expecting from those orders, right? And of course, the project where we, in two projects we have won in recently, in the current financial itself also, which also we believe that probably would be, having appointed date by the quarter 4. So we believe that it's a mix of, we'll be getting growth from the FY22 orders as well as the project which we have received in FY23, where we are, we are expecting that the appointed date will be declared by the October or November, right? And hence we are targeting that growth 5 to 10% would be from these orders only.
Okay. So basically what we are seeing is this year's growth will all depend on the appointed date that we receive for FY22 orders, right? So is it safe to assume that maybe this year you will have a slightly flattish growth of maybe 4-5%, but next year FY25 you will have a much higher growth of maybe over 15% or so?
Yes, of course. It's not. What we believe is that that this year growth would be more than 5%. Yes, of course, it may be in the range of 5 to 10%, depending on what kind of EPC order probably will be able to secure in going forward, right? And of course, your probably calculation is correct. With that, for next financial year, our growth would be higher than what we have achieved in this current year.
Yeah, probably over 15%, because even if you receive big EPC orders this year, you will receive appointed date after 5-6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. That was helpful. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Sanchita Sood from Robo Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi. Good afternoon, sir. What I wanted to ask was, what exactly is our outlook on the debt levels, like in FY24 and FY25? Could we get any color on that?
That level I would say, in current quarter also, if we compare with March 2023, we have reduced our net debt by 400 crore. And that, what we believe is that continue to be there till this year end, yes. And depending on the order mix, which we'll be securing in next 1 year of time, what we believe is that the range would be, debt equity would be in the same sort of range, because I'll be accumulating equity or profit as well over the period of next 1.5 year or 2 years, right? So what we believe is that probably not to, go higher, or my debt equity would be, as of now, it is 0.16 on a standalone basis. It will continue to be there for next 1.5 years.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Aditya Mongia from Kotak Securities. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Again, some clarifications. Did you say that your capex numbers will be on an annual basis, 800 to 900 crores next 2 years, or was it a combined number?
It's not capex. It's a capital. 800-900 crore is my capital contribution to HAM projects.
Oh, okay. It is not a capex number. Okay, understood. The second question that I had was that, so if you're going to win about 20,000 crore of projects in this year, which will have a sizable EPC portion, your current backlog will start becoming more than 40,000 crores, yeah? Let's say closer to 40,000 crores, not more than that, but your growth guidance for FY25 looks weak in that context. So again, just trying to get a better sense of how to think through.
No, so even if, let's say, in current year I'm exiting 8,000, 9,000 crore, right?
Yep.
So my order backlog at the end of this fiscal in the range of, again, 30,000 crore, right? 35,000 crore, right? And depending on the mix of the projects, because EPC will be able to execute faster, right? And HAM would be taking time, right? So that's why we are saying that if we'll be able to get more EPC, my FY25 growth rate would be more than 15% kind of, which we fairly assume this is our number estimate.
Understood. And this guidance 20,000 crores, the previous year's L1s are not again counted, right? So these are fresh orders that you will be getting, 20,000 crores. Or do they include the L1s?
For the current year. So it's not including L1, right?
So this hit rate of 20% plus, is it something that you have been able to achieve in the past?
It's not 20% which is coming. It's probably what we believe is that 1.25 to 1.5 lakh crore would be, bidding which will be coming out from NHI more than for highway projects, and then we'll be bidding for railway, then we'll be bidding for, other EPC projects probably from the, we'll be targeting, state as well, where, most of the projects have been awarded by or is being planned by, state for awarding under EPC mode and all that. So my hit rate would be in the range of 10, 8 to 12%, I would say, 8 to 12%, and 10, 12% like that.
Okay, understood. So basically what you were saying, 90,000 crores and 12,000 crores already happened. All these numbers are a subset of the overall opportunity. And in the overall opportunity, it will be 8 to 12%, is what you believe?
Right.
Understood, sir. So those were my questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Deepika from Phillip Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for taking my question. My first question is, what is our capex guidance for FY24?
Capex plan?
capex, capital expenditure.
For the current financial year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be in the range of 200 plus minus 50 crore.
Okay. So these ROPE projects, the LOA you said is delayed. Now, when do we expect to sign them, and when do we expect to start execution on same?
Probably, if we, let's say, for last 3 months we are waiting for those awards, right? For last 2 to 3 months we have been in, and we have been in touch with NHI officials, right? Where we were getting sense that the project would be, is about to receive its fate. But so far we haven't. And depending on, let's say, if we'll be able to, or if this award is issued in next 1 month of time, we'll be able to start execution on those projects by February of this, or March of this financial year.
Okay, so this year in FY24, if there would be, if any revenue contribution, it would be bare minimum because we will just be able to work on the month or two.
So we are not we are not capturing those orders, right, for our revenue target.
Got it. Just a last question. I think a few of the earlier calls, you've mentioned that in your power transmission project, equity, your capital infusion would be of around 1 billion. So when you give the guidance for next 3 years of your capital investment, if your equity that will be infused by you, that doesn't include this 1 billion of power transmission project, right?
You are saying, when we are giving the equity contribution plan for next 3 years, it is basis our existing projects portfolio, right? It's not that we are, let's say if 1 year down the line we get more projects under HAM, our target would be high. Our plan would be high.
Okay, so I was just asking about the power transmission project. So when will be the equity of that project infused, and when are we targeting? Or does that include any infusion in current fiscal?
That includes, because the power transmission project which is under execution, we are continuously infusing our equity, right? Okay. And whatever current year plan which we are having with respect to equity infusion, that includes power transmission as well.
Okay, got it. So that's it from my side. All the best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. A reminder to all the participants, you may press star and 1 to ask the question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask the question. As there are no further questions, I will now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you. कंपनी में इसी जिस तरह से आप लोगों ने हमारा ट्रस्ट बनाए रखा है, हम आपके ट्रस्ट के बेसिस पे आगे इसी तरह से पूरी मेहनत और इसमें लगन से काम करते रहेंगे और आपके उम्मीदों पर पूरा खरा उतरने की कोशिश करेंगे. थैंक यू.
Thank you very much. On behalf of HDFC Securities Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.